Hey, hello there, Andrew. Welcome back again. Now this is a quick one after my last one, but Adam's basically done a new video, and I remembered a really good video from the European Space Agency that's a perfect rebuttal to this. You know, so I can't believe I never found it before, but I thought I'll do it now whilst I remember, otherwise I'll completely forget about it. And basically, again, what it is, this man on the screen here, Adam, has a issue with him travelling at, you know, the speed they do, 17,000 miles an hour around the Earth, all that kind of thing, right? And he goes, oh, he's as calm as a cucumber, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like looking at everything, and he says his mantra of, it's scientifically impossible. And, you know, and there's no demonstrable reality, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, my impressions of Adam aren't really that good, but hey. And I'm like, he goes like, oh, it's scientifically impossible. Again, Adam, based on what? You've provided no demonstrable experiment or observation that proves that point. Absolutely nothing. All you've got to go on is that, but McCrane should be moving. And that's literally it. And the only trouble is that your aspect ignores basically the physics and aspects of the entire planet, i.e. its scale, its mass, its gravity, its rotational speed, all that kind of jazz. And like, to be honest, when you say, oh, it's ridiculous, fucking the world couldn't care less if you find it ridiculous. Science works whether you find it ridiculous or not. This is an aspect that you need to grow out of, man. I don't think you have a lot of time left, depending on your fucking age, to be quite honest with you. So you've got a lot of growing up to do. We couldn't care less that you find it ridiculous. Right? You've provided no things at all. I'm not going to play his video, so I'll save everyone his blushes and all this kind of thing. Basically, he just goes, oh, this is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. And I would like to point out, this is the only bit of the video that I'm going to play, is that he has a problem with the astronaut flying through at that speed. And he's like, oh, he's going that speed, but he's missing all these satellites. Adam, a little bit of research would tell you that all these satellites here, pretty much most, are much, much higher than the International Space Station. They would not put the International Space Station at the same height as the other satellites. And the thing is, most of these satellites, it's not like traffic. Most of these satellites, you know, the International Space Station is traveling at a constant speed. It's not accelerating, decelerating, like in and out of traffic. All of these things travel at a constant speed. Most of them are probably traveling at the same speed as the ISS, even if they were at the same height, but they're not. But most satellites, Adam, are much, much higher. Now, the International Space Station is technically a satellite, and it's actually one of the lowest orbiting satellites there are. Because if satellites were any lower, or hell, if they were literally at the same height, most satellites would essentially lose speed, right, and then they will fall to Earth. Even the International Space Station, from time to time, needs acceleration boosts to actually maintain its orbit. But, of course, you'd know that because flat Earthers are so amazing at their research, right? So he talks about basically the speed of this chap, and he goes, oh, it's ridiculous. Now, people have been talking about this for ages, and it's, you don't feel, the human body does not perceive speed very well. We can visually perceive it, excellent, but physically, no. We only perceive forces, like acceleration and deceleration, or let's say when you're sticking your head out a car window, the wind hitting your face, the force of the wind hitting your face. Now, the video I like to point out is this. So I'll play this whole video. It's only 1 minute and 45 seconds long. But this astronaut from the European Space Agency explains it perfectly. And there's no other, example I'd love to use more than this, right? So here we go. And I will put the link in the description down below as well.
Hello, Paul from Portugal. You wanted to know if an astronaut, when he's doing an EVA, when he does a spacewalk, if he feels the speed, because of course we're flying here at a very high speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour. Well, actually, Paul, no, he does not. But we fly at a very high speed. Let's have a look at our window here to give us an impression how fast we're moving across the Earth. As you can see right now, we're over the ocean with a lot of clouds.
You going to try and debunk that, Adam? You're going to give that, oh, that's fake and CGI and obviously ridiculous based on reasons? Or what? What evidence do you have that suggests this is fake?
You see that the clouds are moving very, very fast below us, 8 kilometers per second. However, humans do not perceive speed, or very little, on our body. We perceive acceleration, or we perceive force. This is why, for example, if you're riding on a motorcycle, you feel the resistance of the air, while when you're traveling at the same speed inside a car, you don't feel anything. The same goes from when you're traveling in an airplane. You don't feel really that you're flying at a high speed in an airplane because you don't feel any resistance of the air around you. The airplane, however, feels all the resistance of the air. So since there is no air around the space station, we are here in the vacuum, we don't feel the speed, but we perceive the speed very well with our eyes. Because of course, when we do a spacewalk, it looks like we are permanently watching through a window. And we see very, very well that the Earth is moving extremely fast below us. So, I hope I have answered your question, and by all means, keep watching the ESA YouTube channel. Bye!
Doesn't get any better than that, does it? That's a perfect example of what people have been on about. And again, they just ignore it because, oh, it's all just, you know, fake science. You know, so there again, that's a perfect example. So if anyone basically gets asked this, just point them to this video and I'll put the link down in the description below. Now the last thing I want to point at, I'm not sure if any of you have come across a flat earther or whatever called Beyond Belief. I don't like to be rude, but he seems a bit nuts, right? And he's been harrowing me on comment sections for bloody ages. And he keeps on asking me this question of, what are the subdivisions of science? Now, my sort of limited knowledge on that, I basically went, well, subdivision is like dividing science, so it's like different branches of science. So I went biology, chemistry, and physics. And apparently he laughed at it and went, oh, that's just ridiculous. And he keeps on asking me it. And, you know, I could go into the other subdivisions, because there's thousands of different branches. But I can go into the other subdivisions of science, which is natural science and linear science and all that kind of stuff. But I don't understand what that would have to do about anything. You know, there's social science, I think, was it social science, natural science, and then there's like the other type of stuff which involve maths and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I can't remember it off the top of my head. But I'm not sure what that would have to do about anything. And he keeps on asking me it, and I don't really understand. And then he gives the age-old question. When I'll go, all right, then, fine. I'm like, what are they? And he just goes, well, I'm not here to fucking educate you. You know what I mean? That typical sort of response. So I'm getting the belief that he has no clear idea either. So if anyone would like to leave a comment down below on what he actually means, that'd be a great help. Because like I said, I could be 1,000,000% wrong. I haven't got a clue. Because hell, I even Googled it afterwards, just to make sure, and it comes up with the same thing about the branches of science, biology, chemistry, physics, you know, maths, blah, blah, astrophysics, blah, all that kind of stuff. So if anyone would like to give me a hand, you know, unless there's something on Google that's supposed to be there but shouldn't. I mean, that's supposed to be there but isn't at the minute. Okay? So, I hope everyone has a lovely afternoon. Hope you're all keeping safe, and I'll see you all again. Goodbye.